guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Kritika and I make videos related to food, beauty and lifestyle. So if any of that interests you, then please consider subscribing to my channel. And Holi is round the corner. Today I am here to share with you 4 very amazing and supremely easy dessert recipes for Holi. Yes guys, these dessert recipes are mostly fusion. These are not very common. These are something which I have experimented with, and these are supremely unique dessert recipes. These dessert recipes get ready in almost no time. You have to just prepare them one day before and you are good to serve them to your guests on the day of Holi. So if you wanna know how I prepared these easy dessert recipes in my kitchen, then please keep on watching. Also guys, please watch this video till the end because I'm gonna be sharing with you lots of tips and tricks to prepare these recipes easily at home, and you don't wanna miss them. So don't forget to watch this video till the end.
And so our first recipe is of Gulkand Rabdi. For this we need 1 liter of milk. Add this milk to a heavy bottomed pan and place it on a stove. Let the milk boil for a while. You can keep on stirring the milk just to ensure that it doesn't stick to the pan. After the milk reduces to about half of its original quantity, you can add about 1 tablespoon of sugar to this. This is totally optional and you can absolutely skip it if you do not like your rabdi to be extremely sweet. After 5 minutes, add about 2 to 3 pinches of elaichi powder or the green cardamom powder to the milk. Now add few strands of saffron to it. This will give a beautiful flavor and smell and color to your rabdi. Then add about 1 to 1.5 tablespoons of Gulkand. And then give this a nice mix. You do not have to worry about all the malai that is coming on the milk. It is beneficial for our rabdi and it will make its taste even better. Finally add chopped pistachios, some poppy seeds, few rose petals, and give it a nice mix again. All of these ingredients are gonna add such yummy flavor to our rabdi that it will take it to the next level, so you don't wanna miss on them. Finally, just turn off the flame, cool down the rabdi, and your Gulkand rabdi is ready to serve. The next Holi dessert recipe is for Paan chocolates. For this, I got ready-made paans from outside Paan shop, and these paans were the meetha paan. They did not have any supari in it, so just keep that in mind. I grinded them using a mixer to form a really nice thick paste of this paan. Then for the chocolate, I am melting the white compound chocolate here using the microwave technique. I am just microwaving it for 30 seconds. I will give another round of 30 seconds of microwave to the white chocolate, and then I'm just gonna mix it really well to form a nice smooth consistency of this white chocolate. Then I'm gonna pour some white chocolate in all these round cavities of this mold. As you can see, I'm just filling them about half, not completely. Once you are done filling these molds, you have to move this mold in all directions just so the white chocolate moves around and covers all sides of the walls of this mold completely, like no portion should be remaining, and you have to just follow the steps as shown in the video. Keep the tray inside the refrigerator for about 5 minutes. Take the tray out and then add these small balls of the pan mixture that we had prepared earlier in the form of small balls. Just place them in the cavity of the molds. Make sure they are not too big and they do not come out of the mold. They should be completely inside the cavity of the mold. Once done, top all the chocolates with some white chocolate that we had melted earlier. Make sure to cover it from all the nooks and corner, and you should not be making the mistake that I just made. So yes, take good care of it, take your time and cover the chocolates with white chocolate completely. Do the same for all the chocolates and keep them in freezer for about 20 minutes. I've taken them out and now I'm just gonna trim off all the extra edges of the chocolate to give them a neater look. Top these chocolates with some dried rose petals and pistachios and your Paan chocolates are ready. The third Holi dessert recipe that we have is the red velvet Gujiya. For this recipe, take about 1 cup of maida. To this, add about 1/4 cup of melted ghee and then mix it really well with maida. Then we're gonna need a dough out of this maida using some lukewarm water. You have to go really slow with the water because it might get too soft and we do not want it that way. We want to knead out a really hard sort of a dough. To this I'm just gonna add few drops of red food color. If you want, you can also use the beetroot puree to give this red color to your gujiya. I preferred adding this food color because I didn't want any beetroot taste to interrupt with my recipe. Later on, since this red food color was not getting combined in the flour completely, so I mixed this red food color into the water itself, so whenever we prepare the dough, it is evenly added and spreaded in the dough. The final output looked something like this. Then I made few small balls out of this dough. Now for the filling of the gujiya, I took some white compound chocolate and grated it finely. Next I took some mawa and grated it as well. The exact ingredient list would be mentioned in the description box below. Next I took 2 red velvet muffins and I crumbled them completely into the mixture and then gave it a really nice mix. Now if you like your gujiya to be perfectly sweet, you can add about 1 tablespoon of powdered sugar to this mixture, or you can skip this step completely if you do not like your desserts to be extra sweet. Give this a mix again and your final mixture should look something like this. Now taking one of those dough balls that we had prepared earlier, I'm just gonna flatten it out completely using a rolling pin. You want them to be moderately thin. They should not be extremely thin or extremely thick. Now place it carefully on a gujiya mold. Just make sure that you cover the edge of one side of the gujiya mold completely. Make sure you do not leave any gaps, at least on the one side of the gujiya mold. It should be completely outside, just like I'm showing in the video. Now fill in the red velvet mixture that we had prepared earlier. Make sure to not overfill it or underfill it. If you overfill it, it might tear from some places, or if you underfill it, it might not taste as good. Now cover the gujiya as shown in the video. Don't try to close the lid directly. You have to cover the gujiya first and then close the lid. And now press it really hard to form a complete impression of the gujiya. Then remove all the excess dough remaining over there, just like shown in the video. And then very carefully open the gujiya mold. Your gujiya should look something like this. Very carefully and slowly start removing it from the edges. Make sure you do not ruin the shape of the gujiya. You have to be really patient doing this step. And look how beautiful our gujiya looks. Now repeat the same steps with the remaining ingredients. I've finally made all my gujiyas and they look so cute. And now we're gonna bake these gujiyas, and for that we're gonna line a baking tray with foil paper. And then carefully place these gujiyas on the baking tray. They don't have to be placed too close or too far away. Now brush some butter on top of these gujiyas. It will give a very crisp effect to your gujiyas and also a very beautiful color. Now I'm gonna slide in my baking tray in a preheated oven on about 160 degrees Celsius for about 10 to 15 minutes. Once the gujiyas are out of the oven, let them cool down, and then I'm gonna drizzle them with some white chocolate which I've filled in a piping bag. And tada! Your red velvet gujiyas are ready. And the last Holi dessert recipe that we have is the Thandai Mousse. For this, I am taking the whipping cream powder by Puramio. I'm gonna take about 100 grams of this powder. You can directly go for whipped cream if you want. I prefer using a whipping cream powder. To this, add about 100 ml of milk. You can also go ahead and add 100 ml of water if you want. I opted milk because it is gonna give a thicker consistency to our whipping cream. And then just start whipping this mixture. Here I'm using this whipping or whisking machine to do this. It's an electric machine. You can also use a manual hand whisker if you want. It will work equally well. It's just that it takes more efforts and way more time. So I prefer using this electric whisker. For first 5 minutes, I whipped it on low speed and later I moved to the medium speed. As you can see, the cream is starting to come out and it is getting whipped perfectly. It has slowly started to thicken up. This process will take about 15 to 20 minutes. I was absolutely enjoying whipping the cream. It was forming such beautiful patterns that I was kind of playing with it. When we are able to see soft standing peaks in the cream, then is the time when we need to stop whipping our cream. Now we're gonna add about 1.5 tablespoons of Thandai syrup to this mixture. I'm using the Guruji Thandai syrup that we get in the market. And then give it a very quick mix. You don't have to go too overboard with this step, or we'll end up over whipping the cream, which we do not want. Then add 1 teaspoon of poppy seeds, few rose petals, 1 teaspoon of pumpkin seeds and 2 teaspoons of chopped pistachios to this mixture. Also add few strands of saffron to this for nice flavor and color. Finally, give all of this a really nice mix. Refrigerate this for about an hour and our Thandai Mousse is ready to be served. Enjoy!
These recipes are absolutely mouth-watering and your guests are gonna love it for sure. So do try these recipes at home and do let me know in the comments down below which one is your favorite recipe. Also, wish you all a very happy Holi in advance. If you liked this video, then please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I will see you in the next one. Till then, bye.